So this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another year of Marvel over, and a new one still to come.
True that. Many, many more to come. Yippee-ki-yay, fellow Marvel fans, and welcome back to our Marvel Plus live reaction show of Hawkeye, titled...
2 archers, a dog, and a pizza place.
And everyone, the king has returned. Or Kingpin, I should say.
Strike!
We're at the finale, people. It's the last episode of Hawkeye. It's all leading toward Christmas, so we're probably going to get that big old Christmas battle royale we've all been predicting. So yeah, we got a lot to wrap up in this, in terms of Kate's plotline with her potential stepdad, with her mom turning out to be a henchman for Kingpin, with Maya, with Yelena, with Ronan, with Clint's family. There is so much to wrap up in this, and I don't know, how long is this? Is this the standard, like, 40 minutes or so?
We've got it an hour and 1 minute.
Okay, good, because they're going to need that to wrap up everything. I didn't, realize till we start doing this just how much is going on in this. And it really doesn't seem like it along the way. It's like, yeah, they sprinkle it here and there. But you're so distracted by just the overall, interactions between people that you kind of forget, oh yeah, this is still going on. So yeah, before we get into it, I do want to let y'all know, we did see Spider-Man. No, we're not going to see any spoilers. But we do know the references, especially the significance of having Kingpin in this series, which I'm sure will be revealed and tie into everything by the end of this episode. So just give me a heads up for anybody who's afraid that we might let something slip. We will do our best not to. The power of editing, people. Anything you want to add before we get started?
Oh, I'm just glad this one is coming to an end. Granted, it's another one where it says it's the season finale, so that implies that we'll be getting more, but
it might not have Clint. It probably will focus on Kate after this.
That's my guess too, yeah. Honestly, given the whole structure of all the other Marvel Plus shows and the movies setting up for the potential Young Avengers, yeah, no, it really feels like that's the route we're going.
Yeah, they gotta do something to turn this around for Kate. I liked her a little better in the last one. I liked her interactions with Yelena, so if the show's gonna focus on her and Yelena teaming up, I might have more hope for the future. As it stands now, again, I'm still not on board with Kate being Hawkeye, but we'll see what happens by the end of the special. Maybe I'll completely change my mind, who knows, or maybe she'll get better in a future thing, but that's yet to be seen.
I'm just hoping that Clint can get home for Christmas.
Well, I'm sure he will. I mean, come on, if this is your typical Christmas special, you know it's gonna happen come hell or high water.
It is the holiday season. Miracles have been known to happen.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make a prediction right now, though. I think the mom's gonna die.
That sounds sound.
Yeah, because given how deeply involved she is with all this, she reports directly to Kingpin, it stands to reason that it's going to go one of two ways, and that she's going to have no choice but to try to kill Kate along with Clint and gets caught in the crossfire, or she dies trying to save Kate, and then thus completes her whole Batman arc trifecta.
I feel like Fisk is going to choke her out.
Body slams her. Death by smush smush. I don't mean to be morbid. Just you gotta admit, when he kills someone, it's it's both brutal but also kind of comical given his size. But let's get into this, everyone. Let's get Christmas started and see what happens when we wrap all of these plot threads together into our official origin for the new Hawkeye.
In a neat little package.
Merry Christmas! And play.
Who's that with my mom?
Well, that's the guy I've been worried about this whole time. Kingpin.
Return of the King. Great, he has a pin cane. There he is. Oh, hello, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Special.
Hold for applause.
I've never asked questions. I've always done what was told.
What I'd expect when there's a debt. And your husband owed a small fortune.
Which I have repaid tenfold by now.
All the while doing pretty well for yourself. Where you're headed with this.
Yeah, I don't like the direction of this conversation.
I handled Armand like you asked. My fiance is taking the fall for Sloan. But my daughter is home now. And she's getting too close. And that's where I draw the line.
There are no lines in this business.
And that is why I have to leave this business.
Eleanor, don't be rash.
I want you to know that I have been keeping an insurance policy.
Eleanor.
Copies of everything in a safe place.
In the spirit of the holidays, I'm going to give you a minute to think about what you're starting right now.
I don't need a minute.
Bye!
Yeah, I think my theory is pretty much confirmed at this point.
Yep.
How did they set up that camera?
She's a Black Widow.
Oh,
Who
sure.
said this?
Yelena, my mom is the one who hired her to kill you. It doesn't make any sense. My mom doesn't.
And Clint's like, huh,
Sleepwalk.
that sucks.
And now she's working with the mom. My God, I need to talk to her.
Okay, wait. I think you gotta calm down. Okay, let's talk this out. Just take a breath, okay?
And how are you going to explain that you know all this?
That video case.
Clint, this is my mess to clean up. You should go home. You should be with your family. You can still make it in time for Christmas.
Kate, you're my partner.
Suddenly.
Your mess is my mess. I'm not going anywhere until this is finished.
I mean, good on you for helping, but it's not your problem.
Do you want to tell me what's been going on?
Glad to see he knows a little bit.
I'm sorry. I got carried away. You know what my father meant to me.
To all of us.
That was the wrong thing of you to
I've
say.
come to my senses. I need to focus on the job. Stop chasing ghosts. I've realized no matter what I do, I can't bring my father back. Finding whoever killed him, that won't change anything.
He would have wanted you to move on. He always wanted the best for you. I only wish that he could be here now to see you and all of your accomplishments.
Ay.
If it's okay with you, I'd like a couple of days off to clear my head.
I love
I love you so much I killed your father.
Bye!
Oh yeah, well.
the Ronin running around the city. An Avenger has taken an outsized interest in our operations, and the Bishop woman. She thinks that she can quit her job as if she works for Goldman Sachs. And my mom, she's turned on us.
I figured he knew. She was giving off that kind of body language.
What will we do about it?
You gotta pick a side.
Need to be reminded.
You're right. We need a ton of gear. Like a whole batch of way too dangerous trick arrows.
Psst.
And make more.
I would hope so. There we go. I was gonna say. You don't become a master archer with all these weird arrows and not make some yourself. This is the Home Alone music. Like when he's getting ready for the traps.
I mean, for somebody like Kingpin, I think you would want Kevin McAllister.
Yeah. The only person more sadistic than him. Is she labeling them? I mean, I guess it's good for someone like her, first timer.
Magnet arrow.
Stark. I knew Tony gave him some of that shit. I'd like to know if Clint has like a degree in engineering or he just learned to do this himself from like scratch.
This holiday party tonight. A fancy thing?
Yeah. Formal.
Black tie.
You know, you don't have to do this. It is part of the job. It's always inconvenient. It's lonely.
Probably be a bad idea for Kate to go in the first place, given all the wounds. She's going to draw a lot of attention, a lot of questions.
They're going to think her mom or stepdad like Chris Browned her.
I just want to know you're ready.
I mean...
When I was younger, aliens invaded. I was alone. And I was terrified. But then I saw you. Fighting aliens with a stick and a string.
None of that made sense.
And so you jump from that building even though you can't fly. Even though you don't have superpowers. And I thought, if they could do that, then I didn't have to be scared.
That is inspiring.
Yeah.
You showed me that being a hero isn't just for people who can fly or shoot lasers out of their hands. It's for anyone who is brave enough to do what's right no matter the cost.
Can't argue with that.
Nope.
I'm ready.
No, that smile.
Dun, 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 dun.
Christmas music of
I'm
doom.
in position.
That's a better outfit. Better than her look like a friggin' waiter. I see her wounds cleaned up nicely. Concealer, man, it's magic.
I don't see my
Or
mom
she
yet.
put her hair
Why don't
over
you tell
it.
me what you do see? What are our assets? What are our threats?
That guy. That's Gary. Fired me from one of the only jobs I ever had.
Yay!
You see the LARPers putting their skills to
Got
use.
out of jail already. Nothing phases that guy.
So Jack, wielding a sword,
Meh.
go to jail for allegedly murdering somebody with one.
Maybe it's his way of proving that he really is innocent.
It's a weird flex, but sure.
Hey, Jack,
He's just
I thought you were
flying
in
at this
jail.
point.
I was, until your father bailed me out.
Mom said I was going to get your wine collection.
What? You're not old enough to appreciate my wine collection.
Well, I will be someday.
The problem is it would have peaked by then.
Not if you go back to jail, it won't.
Oh.
Peeing your pants in the Hamptons. I do. Everybody does.
No, thank you.
Oh boy.
Okay then.
Is she gonna complicate matters or is she gonna actually help? Interesting, she's like the only one wearing green.
Being festive.
I know, but everyone else is wearing like black or red.
What are you doing? I'm saving your life. Your business partner wants you dead. What are you talking about?
Which is why I'm a little confused where you're headed with this.
How could you do this?
I handled Armand like you
All these years.
My fiancé.
You don't understand.
When
When your father died, I was blindsided. He owed that monster money.
There you two
That
are.
makes sense.
Sorry to interrupt, darling, but I really need to have a word with you.
Jack, not now. Sweetheart, Kate, don't worry about it. I have everything under control.
Don't go with him. He's leading you to your execution.
This just seems very public to execute her.
Yeah. Whoa.
Get down.
Like, it was one thing when they staged that invasion in the cellar. Most people wouldn't think to look there. But this is out in the open.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't even have a good...
Very public.
He doesn't even have that good of a shot.
Barton's here.
Mom, Jack, stay here. Hey, do not go out there. It's too dangerous. You're the reason it's dangerous out there, Mom. Just stay put and stay out of this.
You know,
Meh.
I feel like I'm missing something here.
Okay, Jack. This is it. It's your time.
This is my moment in the sun.
God. Clint, who's shooting?
Going position 2, guys. Wendy and Missy, kill the lights.
Bet you wish you didn't break all those windows now.
Yeah.
So,
You
I
should
know
just
you're shopping
abandon
with my mom,
your
but I
attempt
said,
at this
I think you need
point.
a cut for the Christmas party.
Kate Bishop. I'm just going to kill Barton, have some appetizers, and then I'll go.
This... I like her hairstyle.
I think you need to rearrange the priorities on that.
In the elevator. Well, yeah, what, out of 65 floors, you think you're just going to magically guess which one he's on?
12th floor. Enjoy the party.
She has like a ponytail
No, Kate,
mohawk
stay.
going on.
Ah!
Now we need to make small talk again.
Awkward elevator talk, am I right?
No.
Could make her a deal. Oh, we're gonna do this, huh? Come on, you can't outfight her. You can't outwit her. Whoa!
Whoa!
What was that?
Who just slaps a person?
Gonna slap you!
Yes. No, no.
I knew
no.
The green and the purple like complemented each other perfectly, though. Oh well.
Orderly manner, or just keep yelling and shoving each other.
They're coming to you.
They just please pile into the elevator. That's safe.
Red one in position. Kate's mom's not here. She's gone.
What a shame he looks good in a suit.
I mean, it's Christmas Eve. Let's grab a drink, huh?
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Sure. After I get Barton.
Nah.
No, that's not what. Come on. So you don't.
Oof.
I smell gas.
That's gas. Night gas.
Kate, where are you?
Give me a minute.
You just wander into someone's office.
Okay, does Light FM have a deal with Marvel Disney or something? There are other stations in New York.
Ow! That really hurts. Yeah, it was sort of the kick to the ribs. Oh, that was a good one. That was good form. But you did a really cool body throw.
Yeah, they stop making me like you.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Bye.
Says half the fan base.
Why are we walking like this?
Clint!
Is that you?
Spider Yelena. Spider Yelena.
It's Yelena.
Shit! Oh shit! There's a lot of line on that. Are you seriously jumping after her?
It's supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be scary.
Realize you're free falling. She's gonna land on the tree. YOLO!
Ow!
Yeah, that's a shattered ankle.
Clint.
Is that Eyewitness News?
Here.
Well, Eyewitness News is on ABC, which is a Disney affiliate.
Yeah.
I know it's probably not the best moment right now, but I want to thank you, no? For your advice, what you said, how I should. It worked, bro. We went to Maroon 5 instead.
That's so great.
Oh, Maroon 5.
I'm sorry, bro.
Huh.
They're behind you.
Oh shit.
Jack, I am so sorry my mom got you put in jail. Are you okay?
Never be better.
It's okay, I'm rich. Damn, boy.
I'm afraid I've lost track of your mother.
You and me both.
Certainly didn't see that coming.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's what you call a red herring. Ooh.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
We're gonna do fisticuffs.
You started all this. Now I have to finish it.
What is he using? Whoa.
Ooh!
Ow.
You're right, Kazi. That was fun.
It's a summer Christmas.
Time for a quick window exit. Whee!
Ooh!
Ow. Oh, I got pine needles in my ass. Mm. We got two cute animal mascots. You know, I'm surprised all the years we lived near New York City, we never heard news of someone trying to climb the Rockefeller tree. Although someone did try to burn it this year.
Look, I need to get Clint out of that tree. Clear the civilians for me.
What about that guy? He doesn't seem to...
He's on our side, but we should probably get him out of here too. Right? Good luck.
Let him have his fun.
These people are terrible at following directions.
Hey guys, I think it's time.
Time to put on the superhero gear. Should have been like David Spade. Come on, let's go. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Never trust a bro in a tracksuit.
Never trust a bro.
No, teddy bear!
Hey, bros!
Oof. Is he like stuck up there? Oh my god.
This LARP session just got real.
Oh yeah.
We're all gonna die.
You guys ready? This way, people. Come on, this way, this way.
Hey, it makes people listen more.
Ooh, right in the face!
Hey, when you pretend to be a superhero, you're invincible!
I think you like it, Brad.
You know who I am!
Bleh.
I need you to hang on tight.
Yeah, you think?
Bleh.
Hey, wait. What do you mean?
I'm gonna get you out of that tree.
No, don't do anything. Kate, I'm gonna get out myself.
You want me to say on my signal or no?
Kate, please don't do anything.
Ugh.
I'll say it then.
Don't knock over the tree!
I'm not gonna do anything incredibly stupid.
You're knocking over the tree.
Kate, what just happened?
That's sacrilege!
Kate, do not.
You just set the tree on fire. You melted it! You're a monster! That's it, I hate Kate Bishop. That's cardinal sin. Unforgivable. Ooh! How many fucking tracksuits are there?
And now, Hawkeye on ice!
That electric arrow? Shit. Oh, magnetized. Nice. Take the guns out of play.
Oh my god, you wore it! Oh my god, it looks so good. I told you. I told you.
All right, listen to me. We need to get off this ice.
Great, and there's only about 1,000 of them and 2 of us.
I like those odds.
No way.
Sonic, it can really move.
Let's get him now.
We're gonna do this while on the ice, on the low ground. Okay. Ooh! Ow!
So wait, I'm confused. Is this Hawkeye or a Rangers game?
Why not both? Shit.
Ooh.
Ah! Ooh! Sleepy arrows. Oh no, Cheeto dust attack. They're walking rather steadily on that ice. More of these guys, Jesus. I feel like I'm watching the Arkham games where like Batman and Robin are fighting back to back. And pose for the trailer.
Ooh.
Bouncy ball attack.
I've got big balls.
But are they gonna try on the ice? Whoa! Yay, shrinking arrow.
Okay.
That's gonna be so sorted.
I don't know. I'll tell Scott about that one.
Well, they're dead.
That's dark.
No, they're owl poop now.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, you.
Let's go.
Ha! Pit! Bullshit!
Nice shot! Yeah, no shit!
Hi, Yelena.
Oof. You're not gonna kill him. I wanted to kill him.
Hi, Maya.
No, I wanted to kill him.
You know what I have to do.
Ugh. At least she's distracting him.
I need to know what happened.
I thought everyone knew.
If I told you what really happened, you'd never believe me. But what you need to know is your sister sacrificed herself. She saved the world. I'm sorry.
You're lying.
What?
You're pathetic. You're so pathetic.
You could just tell her the truth.
But she wouldn't believe him.
Don't you understand? This is my life.
My life! It was never supposed to be yours!
Don't make me do this, Maya.
That's how it's gonna be.
We have to find Kate. I think she's...
Don't.
Don't leave, Eleanor. Come here. Let's talk.
Get away from my mom.
Seriously, what was your plan for getting away from him?
What are you gonna do with that?
Silly. Silly bitch, your weapons cannot harm me. Oh shit.
He won't let that happen.
Alright.
You really want to choose this path? I mean, your funeral.
Bye.
She gave you a chance, but you had to be stupid. I mean, granted, he probably ended up this way no matter what, but...
He's coming for you.
Didn't she hop in the driver's seat that fast and push the corpse
Where you going,
over?
big guy?
You're in over your head!
Yeah.
Kate, you're a little over your head here.
It's not an understatement when I say the Kingpin is not a pushover.
He is unusually indestructible for a man with no powers.
He is an unmovable force. Or an unmovable object. He is an unstoppable force and an unmovable object.
Oh shit, he's got her arrows.
Mind your own business!
Ooh! All that hard work.
Why would she sacrifice herself for you? Why do you deserve it?
I don't.
So she died because you let her.
I fought her for it. But she was better than me.
You should have fought harder.
This right, he's gonna bust his other ear.
You are really starting to annoy me.
Knew that was gonna come into play.
Ooh. Sleepy time.
Whew. You lucked out.
We're gonna put all this behind us, you'll see. Okay? It'll all go back to normal.
No, there's no going back.
It's never been normal, Mom. Honey, this was just an unfortunate arrangement. And it's over.
No, it isn't.
Kim, Armand, hiring an assassin to kill Clint, framing your own fiance. That's an unfortunate arrangement.
Yes, sweetie. That's how the world works.
Mrs. Bishop, you're under arrest for the murder of Armand Kane III. Turn around, please.
Is this what heroes do? Arrest their mothers on Christmas? I'm sorry.
Depends on the hero.
I love you, Mom.
Oh, I dread writing the Christmas card this year.
Nor I to read it. Who's doing that?
How do you know that?
Oh, him.
You told me about how you got separated as kids. She was flying that plane. I asked her if she was scared. All she could think about is that you were safe. She loved you. And always wanted you safe.
It shouldn't have gone this way. If I was there, I could have stopped it. I could have changed it.
Nothing was going to stop her, Yelena.
She would not let you any more than she would have let Clint.
I love her so much.
Me too.
So about this whole killing him thing, yay, nay. Who's gonna clean all that up? He's gone.
Here. It's gone.
Surprised he can walk that off. And then again.
What a surprise. Maya, you and I, we're family. Sometimes family doesn't see eye to eye.
They see
Did
with
she just kill Kingpin?
They see with a bullet between the eyes. And come on, you know he's not dead. Nothing can kill that man. Guarantee you if he went up against Thanos, he'd kick his
I
ass.
saw you with your sword earlier. Pretty handy with that thing. Have you ever heard of LARPing?
LARPing? That's some sort of leisure activity?
Yes.
Well, I'm in this guild, and...
Well, balls. I got some blood on my tie.
Oh, don't worry, we can bleach that out.
Every once in a while, I come across somebody that just makes you better. And that Missy boy, she just outdid herself with this suit, right? The elasticity, this fabric.
Stop.
You took on Kingpin all by yourself.
And
How
lived.
many people walk away from something like that? You gotta love that dog.
He's probably shit all over the apartment at this point. See, I told you to be back for Christmas Day.
Did they get that bag back to the LARPer?
I hope so. More important question, does he have that watch?
Coming?
Yeah. Come on, Lucky.
Aww.
Are you sure this is okay?
I'm telling you, they're very excited to meet you.
I mean, she doesn't have anyone else to celebrate with.
You made it. You kept your promise. Oh, that's so cute. What's his name? That's Lucky.
She did name him Lucky.
Brought up a couple strays.
Yay, Nerf gun.
You're never gonna guess what was found in a black market auction in New York City.
Thank you.
Huh. So Tony was right about her being a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent.
Well, I figured you'd like to help me end. You started.
Yeah, burn that shit nice and good.
That went up real fast.
Some good gasoline. Fire,
So should
fire.
I say a few words, or... What do you think of Lady Hawk?
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
Hawk Eve?
Not worse.
Okay. Hawk shot. Like hot shot, but you know, hot.
No,
Hey.
Arrow?
none of those.
Okay, fine.
You don't actually have an idea.
I mean, and they all live happily ever after. Or did they? I guess we'll see in the end credits. There's gotta be an end credits for this.
But what about the Rockefeller tree?
It will be missed. Seriously, that pisses me off. You don't fuck with the Rockefeller tree. So is the dog gonna live with them or with Kate? I guess we didn't establish.
I think it's kind of both at this point.
shared custody.
I mean, where else is Kate gonna go at this point?
I mean, she's an heiress. She still retains ownership of her parents' estate. She's legally an adult.
You think she wants to really stay there given all that's happened?
I guess not, but at the same time, she's a rich girl. She's used to, like, you know, a certain lifestyle. Obviously, she's gonna retain some comforts. Happy holidays! From Rogers the Musical.
Something strange in the air today. The sun is gone and the clouds turn gray. But I love New York, there's a battle cry. We're ready to fight.
Buy a New York t-shirt. Do not wear it in New York.
Avengers assemble and kiss our
Language!
You gotta love they put in the money, the time, and the production values to make this full-on play for only 10 minutes in the entire series. Maybe the best paycheck these stage actors ever got.
We'll conquer the Chitauri. And it's warmer when we're gone. How are we to fight them?
Kudos to them for actually showing the full thing with the actors. At least it gives them cred.
I know.
I guarantee you the next Comic-Con, there's gonna be a group like this.
For your Emmy and Tony consideration... No, excuse me. Emmy, Grammy, and Tony consideration.
Listen, I get what what they were doing. I mean, it would suck that they went through all that effort and all that rehearsal, learning the songs and dance, only to be shown for, like, what, a minute at most in the first episode, and that's it. At least here they got to show the entire thing, and I'm sure that's what some fans have wanted. And come on, we're all curious as to how the whole thing went.
iTunes wants its new Agatha all along.
True. Gotta get that sweet, sweet iTunes money. So that was the only post-credit scene? Okay. I guess that's self-contained enough. Sort of. Who are these weirdos that are always asking to bring figgy pudding? Shit's disgusting.
They could just call DoorDash or something. Now
Even DoorDash wouldn't touch that shit.
How many places even serve figgy pudding?
Isn't that like a British dessert or
I
something?
think so.
No animals were harmed in the making of this franchise.
Well.
Okay then. It ended well enough. I mean, it managed to, I guess, wrap up everything. I guess. Well, let's break down part by part, because I know there's a few things that need addressing. Well, I guess I was wrong about her mom dying, but I guess in terms of her career and her freedom, yeah, that's dead. Her relationship with her daughter, dead. Pretty much she's outed at this point. And I kind of get what her motive behind everything. It's semi-justifiable. I mean, her friggin' husband was indebted to Kingpin, and when he died, that left all the debt on her shoulders. That is not an easy thing. He probably gave her very few choices, but at the same time, keeping her out of the loop so far as to actually commit murder, that's not really going back from that. And the fact that she willingly got her fiancé arrested in her stead. I feel bad for Jack now. Jack, the ultimate red herring, gives the most obvious hints throughout the entire thing saying, oh, I'm clearly the bad guy. And it turns out, no, he wasn't the bad guy.
I'm just slimy.
I'm simply a LARPer in making. That being said, he was pretty bitchin' with a sword, though. I will give him cred for that. He was also rather forgiving of her, too.
I know, right?
He's like, oh, you got me arrested, but it's all in good fun. I'm rich. I can easily get out of this.
I mean, it's not like he was incredibly innocent. He just
I know.
may have been a little naive as to what was going on, but
I mean, we established
his hands are still not clean. Let's put it that way.
I mean, we established he's not the brightest bulb. I wouldn't be surprised if, he didn't know about any of this.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to immediately start loving him. It's like, oh, he's so innocent. It's like, nah. You kind of, sort of redeemed yourself, but you still got a ways to go.
You're still adorably stupid.
you got a ways to go on that before I can consider liking you.
I doubt we're going to see him anymore after this. I mean, now with the mom out of the picture, he has no ties to Kate anymore. Which is all fine, I guess. I mean, she should learn to be independent and to work everything out on her own. And like her mom said, learn about consequences, which, yeah, she got a heaping dose of this.
I'm not going to say, because she certainly was very independent. It's just she had a lot of a support system.
Yeah.
Or at least that she thought was support.
All in all, her mom did genuinely love and care about her. She just went about protecting her in the wrong way. I don't know, maybe down the line she'll learn to forgive her or something, but for now, yeah, I think it's fair to say Kate's on her own. She's gonna have to relearn a whole bunch of stuff. Also, I gotta ask, what was the mom's plan exactly for getting away from Kingpin? It's like, you really think you can walk into that man's office, say, oh yeah, I did everything you said, I even sent my fiancé down the river in my stead, oh, but if you're gonna go get up against my daughter, no, I draw the line. Sorry, I quit, here's my 2 weeks notice, hope to never see you again, bye.
Yeah. I mean, for crying out loud, you should have walked in there with some muscle if you were planning to do that.
She should have negotiated something. Yeah. She's rich enough and influential enough at this point where she could have worked out something to get him to leave her alone. And I get it, Kingpin is ruthless. If he decides someone's gonna die, they're gonna die. But the point is, she could have at least attempted to give him something, just to sort of maybe change his mind a little bit.
On the other hand, though, the Kingpin's army is basically the tracksuits and what's his name, and that he's basically known for killing his own men or having his other men kill his own men. It's like everything is just sloppy, right down to the assassination attempt. That was pathetic.
I get it. They wanted to assassinate her at a place where they knew she'd show up, but come on.
You don't want to make that public. People are going to ask questions.
People are going to know. I mean, they were
You're putting other people in danger.
Yeah, they were like right outside Rockefeller Center.
That is how you grow your ever-growing enemies list. And I know Kingpin has a lot of them.
And for someone who's managed to stay under the radar of the Avengers so far, like, that's pretty fucking obvious. That being said, Vincent D'Onofrio was a great Kingpin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely ruthless. He's definitely intimidating. Like, the fact that she shot him in the chest with an arrow, and he just shrugged it off like it was nothing, I'm like, holy shit.
I'm just like, she only came in at him with leverage, and not even very good leverage. Oh, I've got this stuff squared away. I've got dirt on you, so if you come after me, then you're gonna wind up in trouble. It's like, that's a very hollow threat. Very hollow.
Greater men than her have tried to do the same thing and have met their doom. Come on. Again, she is really fucking lucky that Kate intervened when she did. And I'm honestly surprised that she actually was able to take him out. Because I knew one-on-one she didn't stand a goddamn chance. Like, come on, look at the fucking guy. And even with the arrows, like, it took a lot just to take him down. But she did it. I mean, kudos for a first-timer.
Yep. He may not be easy to kill, but he can be brought down.
Yeah. I mean, friggin' Daredevil's gone toe-to-toe to him within how many goddamn times?
And another continuity, Spider-Man. Probably any Avenger has dealt with him. And anyone New York-based.
It's funny, he's basically like Lex Luthor in that you should be able to take out this guy with like a simple shot to the head or something like that. But through his own charisma, his own system, through his wealth and everything, he's basically untouchable. And it baffles me sometimes, but then you see him in action, and then you're like, yeah.
I mean, Lex Luthor, let's face it, he'd kind of be nothing almost without his money. It's like, all he's got is his brain, and even that can only get him so far. But Kingpin has the brains and the brawn.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. And then in relation to him, we move on to Echo, because I knew that she'd definitely be targeting him now, because really, what reason does she have to not believe Clint about that? And given how fucking obvious the henchman was and being like, yeah, I wasn't there that day because reasons. Yeah, I was waiting for her to, like, drop the ball on that. And you could tell, he knew her long enough, he could tell she was lying, that she definitely was on to him. I'm surprised he didn't try going after her sooner, but I guess getting the mom was first priority. Even though, let's face it, Echo's the way bigger immediate threat.
I'm even surprised he tried to take out Clint. It's like, dude, he already has your number. You should have been more accurate with that shot. And even then, it's like, you shoot Clint, you blow your chance at Mrs. Bishop.
Yeah, he was a terrible assassin.
Terrible!
And I feel bad because, like, Echo actually tried to give him a chance, tried to, like, give him a chance to turn around, and he could have done it. I mean, yeah, they both would have had huge targets on their head, but he could have.
Clearly, he did not care about her enough.
No, I feel like the way he made it sound is like she was more of a babysitting duty for him. Because once her father was out of the picture, Kingpin knew he had to keep her, you know.
Not to mention, he thinks it should have been him that was, like, the top dog.
Yeah.
His aspirations for power blinded him immensely.
Yeah. Well, he won't be missed.
No.
And yeah, come on. Do you really think she killed Kingpin?
I think she shot him in the face. That was heavily implied.
You watch, when we get to the Echo series, they're going to replay that whole scene. It's going to be her shooting him right in the face, and it's going to be him clenching the bullet between his teeth. Because that is how fucking unstoppable that man is.
At the very least, if she didn't kill him, she probably wounded him.
Possibly, yeah, I can see that, but again, we see how indestructible he is.
He was already weakened, though.
Right. He was stabbed with an arrow and that did nothing. You think a bullet's gonna do anything?
Bullet might do a little more than an
I
arrow.
guess, but
Yeah.
still, I still am subject to the belief that either she's gonna deliberately miss or something as sort of a warning, or she is like does shoot him, but it doesn't kill him.
Yeah, that's more likely. Based on the way she was holding the gun right at his face, I don't think she was gonna miss. So yeah, I don't think she was gonna change her target. But I do think that, yes, more likely, if she didn't kill him, she definitely wounded him.
Plus, again, I'm not going to spoil, but based on the articles we've read about how they're trying to incorporate the old Daredevil series into the MCU, I mean, you really think they're going to not incorporate Kingpin as well? I mean, come on.
We'll see. I mean, we got multiverse coming.
Yeah.
We could just get another universe's Kingpin, still played by Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, I suppose. But, again, I still don't think he's dead. And then we move on to the plot with Yelena. I still love the scene in the elevator with her and Kate.
No.
It's like, no.
No.
No. Bad.
No.
Bad Kate Bishop.
Did
Bad.
you slap me?
Who slaps a person? Come on. It's like, come on, Kate. Like, you have a sort of friendly rapport going with her. You could try to convince her. Try to negotiate. Be like, okay, kill him just some other time. Not right now. We got shit to take care of first.
I did like the scene with Clint talking with Yelena.
Yeah.
Just, oh man, I was on the verge of tears.
Yeah, that was heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of frustrated because, again, he's playing the pronoun game here. It's like, just tell her what happened. You really think she's gonna believe the concept of Infinity Stones that unbelievable given everything that's happened in the ensuing 5 years? Come on. So, yeah, I felt he could have been more transparent in that sense. I mean, at least he said that she willingly sacrificed herself for me. I tried to stop her. She was too good. I mean, is that really that unbelievable? Telling him to try harder. It's like, come on. You're like undervaluing your sister's abilities here. Like, I'm glad that they've settled the dust on that now. So hopefully they can at least stay in touch just to get each other through this grief period. They can try to move on.
I was half expecting Yelena to show up at the farm at the end.
That would have been a tad awkward. Be like, hey, little kids, I tried to kill your daddy.
Also, I was expecting Maya to show up at the farm.
I also tried to kill your daddy. I don't know. I already thought Kate was pushing it a bit, but I reasoned that, you know, she's alone now, and plus she gave him his Christmas cheer when he was alone, so he's just returning the favor. And I mean, the other two's got to sort out their own issues. Like, Yelena's got to learn to move on from her plan to kill her sister's killer or whatever, and Maya's got to deal with the Kingpin situation and move on from that. So, yeah, everybody's got their own things going on. Plus, this was like supposed to be like a passing of the torch. I mean, he straight up basically told her, you can use the Hawkeye name now.
I'm kind of done.
I'm done.
I'm done. I'm retiring.
Yep.
For real this time.
It figures he does that. He decides that the day he decides to finally wear the outfit she chose for him. Speaking of the outfit, it's not that bad looking.
Not bad.
I still prefer his whole leather getup just because it's, more covert, and I get it, he's not fully a covert agent considering, he walks around with a bow and arrow and no mask, but, I mean, the color scheme at least fits with her.
Fits with Hawkeye in general.
Yeah.
In the comics.
Mm-hmm. At least he's not wearing that stupid,
cowl or hood.
The hood thing. Also, I like the LARPers basically utilize their skills in order to tell people what to do and to forcefully make sure that they escape safely. Now that I think about it, yeah, like, when you put on a costume, that does actually give you superpowers in and of itself, because you're technically not yourself. You can be whoever you want to be. You can act however you want to be, and nobody can tell the difference. At least nobody who knows you. It was pretty cool, though. I'm looking at all the lineup with, their outfits, and I'm like, Eternals is different than what I thought.
Probably be a better movie than what we got.
Oh, yeah, way better. So I guess all the tracksuits are dead now. Did they, snipe all of them in that one battle?
Hard to say. I mean, we don't know if every single one of them came to the...
You saw how many of those guys, they were like pouring out of the fucking streets,
Yeah.
like in mass. It's like the Kingpin bring his whole brigade to take down these 2 people. Like, Jesus. And he wasn't even really there to kill them. He was there to initially just kill the mom, and then the guy's like, oh yeah, these 2 here. It's like, then he's like, okay, everybody on standby, get your ass over here, take down these 2 archers. And even then, that didn't do shit. Some of those arrows, though, were fucking brutal. That one that, like, sprouted needles and shot the needles, like, ow! The worst, I think, was that one guy who got shot directly in the chest, and the thing, like, sprinted. I'm like, oh, ow! Ooh.
Yeah, that was brutal. That whole scene was brutal.
And then the Pym arrow that shrunk the van, and then they get carried off by the owl.
I was confused by that. It's a truck, not a living animal. It wasn't moving aside from Clint picking it up. So why did the owl just assume that this is something that it can eat?
Because it was a funny scene. I mean, they already built up the owl in the tree, so I guess they just wanted to do something with it. I think it was just there's like a supposed to be like a comedic part.
I mean, it's dark. It's dark, but...
Because they're owl pellets now. Oh, well, that's what you get for being in a life of crime. You get shrunk down and eaten by a baby owl.
I'm surprised there are owls living in the city.
Well, no, that was one of the that's a common problem, actually, that New York's had with their trees for Rockefeller Center, is they often get wild animals, like, because the trees, keep in mind, come from, like, other states.
Right.
They come from upstate New York, they come from Florida, they come from Virginia, so naturally animals are going to sneak in there. And yeah, they try to get as many out, but, you know, there are some that still, like, hijack their way in. Yeah, because what was it? I remember one of our friends who checks for Christmas trees said that one of the things that the farmers always do is they take it and they, like, jam it into the ground several times just to make sure there was, like, no chipmunks or mice.
No, there was one year where we brought home a Christmas tree and there was a mouse stowaway in it, so...
Which explains why there's owls in there, because, come on, it's a big smorgasbord. And I guess the last thing I want to discuss is the watch. So... It really was a MacGuffin?
I guess so. I mean, proves, I guess, she's an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Which is kind of obvious when you think about it. So yeah, the watch belonged to his wife, who was a former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Okay, that makes sense. You know, how they met, how they know each other. Was that it?
I guess. I mean, because clearly, you know, Natasha knew Clint's wife.
Right. Obviously, she took his last name when they got married, so maybe her last name is something different, and maybe she did something significant, and she just wants her whole former life to just disappear.
I'm sure it's something that's like in the comics, or
yeah,
you know,
I'm sure
that we're just overlooking completely.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll be informed of that either in the comments or you know there will be videos out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess in that sense, yeah, it probably is ultimately a good thing that Kate stumbled upon this when she did, because then the tracksuits would have gotten a hold of the watch, and I guess Kingpin would have hunted the wife down. Maybe he had a personal beef with her. Because I wonder if, like, S.H.I.E.L.D. was aware of Kingpin and what he's been doing all these years.
I mean, I don't know about that. I definitely know clearly that they were able to find out about Clint's family and that if he didn't back off, they would go and threaten them or kill them.
Well, yeah, that was a given, but that was more Echo trying to get at him. But the entire reason this whole thing happened, the tracksuits busted in to that auction deliberately and only to steal the watch. Which means that whoever ordered that watch to be seized had a personal beef or was trying to find Clint's wife. And I'm guessing it's either Kingpin or maybe somebody else who, you know, hires the tracksuits for grunt work or whatever. But again, they don't make that clear in this, just saying, you know, who the watch belonged to. Given that we don't know if this is gonna continue or not, if we're getting a second season or whatever, and especially if Clint's not even going to be in it the next season, I feel like they might drop that plot point.
I do have to wonder why the watch was in the Avengers compound in the first place, if it did belong to Clint's wife.
I assume Tony must have seized a bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff when they got shut down. Because, I mean, he had Clint's old Ronin costume in there, and maybe Clint just happened to find some stuff and just threw it all into one thing, and then when it got bought and sold, it just was discovered.
Well, I mean, Clint kind of went straight to the Avengers compound from his time during it being Ronin. I don't know if he didn't go back to his home or anything like that. He went straight to the compound, and they, did the time heist.
He could have kept her watch on him, as a keepsake. She was gone at that point. So he probably wanted just to remember.
That is possible. I will give you that.
Yeah, he probably was wearing it. We just didn't see it. Even so, that's still a huge MacGuffin thing just to get the characters' stories to, interact with each other. Actually, another thing comes to mind, too. Didn't they say Jack was the CEO of the company that runs the tracksuits?
Yeah.
So...
Or at least something involved with Kingpin.
Right.
Yeah.
Or was that a front or something?
I think it was both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know they tried their best to wrap up everything, but I still feel like there's a lot that's left unsaid, a lot that's left up to speculation, and whether or not they follow up on that, I guess it's up to them. I mean, we got a few things resolved, so there's that. I mean, I guess this was a well enough Christmas special. We got to watch people get sniped with arrows, we got to watch the tree fall over, and we got to watch Kingpin get shot in the face, sort of. Good family-friendly fun.
Christmas!
Feliz Navidad.
I mean, if you like your Die Hard, then I guess this is up your Christmas alley.
I mean, we had explosions. We had someone jumping off a tall tower. We had someone get shot in the face. We had broken glass.
Wilson, Booby, I need to help you.
I'm sure we can find a lot more Die Hard references if we look hard enough. So yeah, what did you think of this as a whole?
I was not impressed. I felt I enjoyed a lot of it, but Kate Bishop being the main character was very disappointing, and I'm not all that confident in her becoming the new Hawkeye.
I sort of agree. She definitely was annoying in the beginning, and it took a while before I could really tolerate her. In terms of her being the new Hawkeye, I don't know, this last episode kind of convinced me, because, I mean, look how well she fights. Look how well she uses her bow and arrow. And I mean, she took on Kingpin, for crying out loud.
I feel her teaming up with Yelena will help things, if that does indeed happen. I think the two of them are a good pair.
Yeah.
But it's just like, she's supposed to be idolizing Clint, and yet she completely disregards so many of the instructions that he gives her to keep her alive, to keep things working, that he has this working knowledge, he's been in it, and she won't listen to him. I get sometimes you do want to deviate from instruction a little bit because maybe there is something that they're not seeing, but the fact that she kept doing that over and over, and then it blew up in her face so many times, not to mention the fact that it got Clint trapped in New York, having to send his family home and get them targeted.
Yeah, that's a really hard thing to overlook there.
I'm sorry, I just can't with Kate.
I mean, you can make the argument that she did have consequences catch up to her eventually. I mean, she lost her mom, in a sense, after all this.
Yeah, but it took her so long to finally realize just how deep in it she was, just how real things had gotten.
I think once she saw Kingpin was involved, that's when it finally clicked.
So much of this was so obvious. The fact that Clint is there. Just the fact that when he sees that a Black Widow has been called in to the situation, and he's like, no, this has gotten far too deep. We're ending this. It's like, that's where she should have just known. This is too much. I need to step back. If I'm going to continue with this, I need to think levelly. I need to listen to what the experienced person is saying to do.
I mean, she did eventually. I mean, at least she tried to let him go from dealing with all that once she realized, her mom being involved. She realized this truly wasn't Clint's problem anymore. I mean, he still stayed, though, being the good guy he is.
It still should have happened so much earlier. God bless Clint for putting up with her, even going so far as to call her partner.
Yeah, I mean, the man definitely has the patience of a saint. That's for damn sure. Like, I do think he's acted a lot nicer toward her than he should have, even if he was visibly annoyed. But, again, you know, they did try to reach a somewhat common ground. And, I mean, she did save him. Twice, I should say. Yeah, my opinion is similar. I started off not liking this. There are certain things that happened that did make me like it a little bit more each time. Yeah, like Kate's definitely the sticking point and her whole arc and everything. And yeah, I know this is only 6 episodes long, but it felt longer. Like, if that makes any sense. I mean, Clint did pretty well, even if, you know, again, trying to tie his whole thing in with Kate's whole things, there was so many stretches for that to happen. Like, so many coincidences and things that just had to happen in order to justify him staying and them working together. But, I mean, it kind of, I guess, came together at the end. But in terms of everybody else, I thought the rest of the cast did a pretty good job.
No, the ensemble for this was fantastic. I loved everybody else.
Yeah, like the mom, you know, even though she's obviously was the sort of, I guess, secret villain or, you know, antagonist and all this, she did pretty good with her subtleties for the most part, you know, trying to hide her involvement, even if we did suspect her right away. I like Jack and just how delightfully, stupidly goofy he was, like, trying to be, like, the quintessential, like, mustache-twirling villain, even if that's not what he really was.
I do admire him, though, despite Mrs. Bishop and her blundering of the whole engagement announcement. I do like that he legit tried to, you know, study up on being a stepfather.
Yeah. You gotta give him credit for that. It takes a lot for somebody to be a step-parent, that's for sure. I like Echo. She definitely is a first for a lot of, I guess, anti-hero tropes in a way. Like, I wouldn't call her a hero just yet. I mean, she was an antagonist, and now she's, I wouldn't say, like, a hero yet. She's like her own thing.
Yeah, we've got to do more with her, and I mean, we're getting a series with her, right?
Yeah, she's getting her own series, and I mean, we have someone who, you know, she's half Latino, half Native American, she's deaf, and she's an amputee.
There's a lot of representation in there.
Yeah, she's definitely an important character to have in that regard. In terms of personality, we haven't really seen too much of that because she's been so driven by revenge for a majority of this series. And now that she's going to be freeing herself from all that, I guess the series is going to explore her more as a person, which I do look forward to now because I would like to get to know her outside of all the organized crime stuff.
I have to wonder, given that, you know, she talks strictly in sign language, is she mute or does she just not want to communicate verbally?
I think it's more that she probably was born deaf, or at least became deaf at a very young age, so she wouldn't know how to talk. For a deaf person to be able to talk, that takes a lot of practice. Because I know there are famous deaf people, like, say, Helen Keller, for instance, who should not have been able to talk at all, given she was both deaf and blind, but she taught herself how to be able to speak. That is possible, especially if you lose your hearing at a certain age and you kind of remember it. But even so, it's a difficult thing, and a lot of people tend to be self-conscious when they can't pronounce things correctly, or, you know, people look at them like they have a lisp or something, so they'd rather just not speak at all. So I can understand her just not wanting to talk. I could understand if maybe she never did learn just for that reason.
I feel like she probably could wind up talking, given that she's adept at lip reading.
Yeah, I mean, she probably could, because, like you said, the lip reading, she could at least tell how to,
She probably could figure out what sound she's supposed to be making.
Yeah, but keep in mind, too, lip reading's not entirely accurate.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's strong enough where I could see her learning to actually communicate through her mouth.
I think if we do hear her talk, it's probably going to be during a really intense moment. Either she's going to be really angry or really emotional, and she's going to just attempt to verbalize it. Because I've seen that before in other films where they feature deaf characters. So, yeah, we might.
Plus, she, you know, is able to sense vibrations.
Yeah.
So she would know how it would feel to say those words.
True.
Yeah.
And of course, Yelena was just brilliant as always. I love someone did a meme of her, the scene of them talking, and they just replaced her dialogue with Tommy Wiseau from The Room. He's like, "Oh, you're funny, Kate Bishop." Ha 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 ha.
Except in this case, she could kill you.
Yeah. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Clint Barton. I could totally see her doing all the lines with her accent.
You're tearing me apart, Clint Barton.
Oh, God, we're going to have a field day with this.
I don't want to make fun of Florence Pugh, though.
No, I don't. I don't. It's like, she's a delight, and
Yeah.
she did a great job with this. I just now that somebody's done that meme, I can't, like, I'm always just going to be picturing that. But I do look forward to seeing her show up in future things. So whether or not she shows up in the potential season 2, whether or not that happens, or if she shows up in something else is yet to be seen. But I do look forward to her showing up again. That's the whole point.
As they said in Fake Doctor's Real Friends podcast, it's going to become the Florence Pugh-niverse.
I just imagine her just meeting up with the Avengers and just, like, telling them all off. Why are you wearing that stupid mask? Just take it off already. You look ridiculous. Is there anything else that I left out? I mean, I believe we covered everything. I mean, they didn't really leave any loose ends. At least nothing
not egregious.
The most, again, was whether or not Echo killed Kingpin, which, again, we'll probably get that answer in her series. So that's probably the most we'll hear from that. So if there is a season 2, did you want to watch it, or what do you think? That's the question.
If we're going to fully move to Kate Bishop being Hawkeye, writers, improve her. Improve her, because I'm not comfortable with what I've seen.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised there hasn't been more Kate Bishop hate, because a lot of people seem to like her well enough, or at least some of them are more infatuated with how she looks than how she acts, which is disturbing, but, you know, fanboy's gonna fanboy. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, nobody seems to outright hate her, not like they do other certain MCU characters, but I don't know. For now, she's definitely on the slower spectrum of characters I can tolerate in the MCU, so she can only get better. I hope.
So this also does it for the 2021 Marvel Disney Plus shows.
Yeah.
This has been its freshman year, basically.
Yeah.
You know, WandaVision starting everything off back in February.
Yeah, honestly, we covered a big spectrum in terms of Marvel stuff this year. We had WandaVision, which dealt with grief. We had Falcon Winter Soldier, which dealt with racism. We had Loki, which extended the whole sort of multiverse thing and also dealt with self-love and self-loathing. We had What If, its first animated one, that, again, multiverse, covering a huge spectrum of stories and bringing in people to I don't want to say fix certain things from stories, but at least improve upon them a bit. And then, yeah, we had Hawkeye. So, yeah, which is, I guess the theme was family and PTSD, moving on from grief, or moving on from revenge. Moving on from your past, I should say. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we covered a good spectrum. I think it was a good start this year, honestly. Mm-hmm. Like I said, those shows weren't always at their best. I definitely have ones I'd complain about, but...
But when they were good, they were on fire.
Mm-hmm. So I look forward to see everything that comes out next year. I think the next one is Moon Knight with Oscar Isaac. So it'll be interesting to see him in that, because I think the guy is a good actor. I think he's a generally good guy in real life from the interviews I've seen with him. So I know he already has, like many others, he has the stink of, like, the last Star Wars movie still on him a bit. I don't know, I feel like this might really propel him, might get him out of that whole stigma and stuff. And I do want to see good things for him, so I do have high hopes for that. Again, we know nothing about Moon Knight, so we're going into this blind. And then I guess Echo's shortly after that, and probably some other stuff that I'm just not thinking of right now.
Yeah, I think I know Miss Marvel's supposed to be coming up at some point.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, she's a fan favorite, I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, they can only go up from here. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of groundwork, and with Spider-Man just releasing and all the potential that's happened from that, yeah, the possibilities are endless. We can turn Kingpin into a duck, and you'd have to accept it. So yeah, with that, happy holidays, everyone. This is a good thing to go out on for the most part. I know we had our not so high praise of this series, but for what it is, it's definitely a Christmassy thing to go out on.
Yep.
So as I do my usual spiel, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Crazy Kwanzaa, a tip-top tet, a solemn and dignified Ramadan, a festive Yule, a rip-roaring Saturnalia, a Festivus for the rest of yous, and if any of that offends you, then happy shut the fuck up. So, with that being said, this is probably the last time I get to do this, and it makes sense. Happy holidays, everyone.
Bye!